we have 100% of the people in our total addressable market, we'll have 10% of people who will actually be able to afford your thing. And this is assuming that you're selling something for at least a few $1,000s or more, right? And we could take it one step further. So we'll have 5% of people who want your thing, they actually want the result that you were promising, they can afford it, and they are in the market to buy right now, okay? So why is this important? Everybody's writing for the 100%, but you guys, it costs almost $0 more to advertise to the people that are in the 5%, the people who can already afford your thing and they actually are already looking for it. So that means less education has to happen, your sales team has an easier time selling, and your life is a lot healthier, right?
Take a moment to think about the healthiest client or customer you've ever had. They used your product or service and got amazing results. They didn't blink an eye when you told them your prices, and they were a pleasure to work with throughout the entire relationship. We all have ELF and half clients, but what if every single client that you sold was an ELF client? Well, they can be. This is the reality that Brendan Kelly has created for many of his clients. Brendan is an agency owner and webinar copywriter who recently joined Genius Network in December of 2021. His webinars have generated revenue in the tens of millions, and his agency, Video Growth Systems, has booked several thousand sales calls for his clients this year alone. Brendan is unique in two areas. He's 25 years old, and this is the first time he's given a presentation in front of a live audience. What about that, right? He's stepping out of his comfort zone because these ideas can be so helpful for you and very easy for you to implement, as you will quickly see. Brendan's title is How to Write Copy to Attract Prospects Who Can Actually Afford Your Stuff. Please help me welcome Brendan Kelly. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
You know, I can't help but think it was strategic to take the kid who's 25 and put him on right after the speakers, right? Never spoke in front of a room, but it seemed like a good idea. Sweet, thank you. All right, guys, welcome. I want to introduce the idea first here with a quick story of the tale of 200 sales calls. Now, we all know the battle between sales and marketing, right? As somebody, basically what we do in our agency is we help people book sales calls, hopefully with people who could actually afford your stuff, right? The way this came about, we had a handful of clients in the past, and one client in specific, they were in the parenting niche, and we booked them over 200 sales calls, and we figured out directly after that that they had made their first sale, I think it was. Obviously, there was an issue. There was a conflict between us and the client. They were saying, oh, the leads suck. We were saying, no, your sales team sucks. And I think both were true a little bit. But anyway, we wanted to go back and say, okay, what can we control? And it is the lead side. So that's how this came about. The idea for the talk here, forgive me, I don't have my glasses on, but came actually at the annual event. So how many of us here saw Chris Voss and his presentation? So basically what Chris was talking about was, you know, how do we avoid half clients, people who are going to be a pain, give you headaches, just have a bad experience overall. And somebody actually went up afterwards and they said, okay, so if that's how we avoid the wrong people, the wrong clients, then how do we actually attract the right people? And this is my wheelhouse. So I'm sitting there in the back like, yes, this is me. This is my first 10-minute talk, okay? So basically the headline here, how to write copy that attracts people who can actually afford your stuff. We are really, really big on this because anybody can go write copy that gets 1 million conversions, but getting the right person through is a lot harder and it's more effective in the end. Okay. I don't have my glasses, but I'm going to use slides here a little bit. So when you do this wrong, here's my big disclosure for you. You're going to get fewer leads, your cost per lead and your cost per sale is going to increase, and you will immediately want to go back to the old way of doing things, okay? That's why we have to do this right, okay? Don't give up on me here. But when you do it right, you're going to get better clients from the traffic you're already generating. Your sales team will close a higher percentage without changing anything else in the sales process. We see this just about every time we work with somebody. You'll see lower churn, less headaches, and a higher lifetime value of the client. So let me go back to the basics here a little bit for you guys. So most of us in the room probably know the term total addressable market. This is all of the people at any given moment who can actually buy your thing, right? So I want to break this down a little bit further because what most people are doing here is they're pitching 100%, the entire total addressable market. And this is an issue, and most of you don't have to do this at all, right? So these are hypothetical numbers, but it's the principle that I want you to pay attention to. So if we have 100% of the people in our total addressable market, we'll have 10% of people who will actually be able to afford your thing. And this is assuming that you're selling something for at least a few $1,000s or more, right? And we could take it one step further. So we'll have 5% of people who want your thing, they actually want the result that you were promising, they can afford it, and they're in the market to buy right now, okay? So why is this important? Everybody's writing for the 100%, but you guys, it costs almost $0 more to advertise to the people that are in the 5%, the people who can already afford your thing and they actually are already looking for it. So that means less education has to happen, your sales team has an easier time selling, and your life is a lot healthier, right? Like having a good clicker. Where am I pointing? Okay. Oh, now I'm like 4 ahead. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Don can help you with the trauma after this.
There you go. Thank you.
He's sat right here.
Yeah, easy. All right, so 3 questions to identify your ELF or your 5% client, right? So the first one, who can we get results for? The second one, who can actually afford to work with us already that we're not going to have to convince? And the third one here, who are we going to enjoy working with long term? Because we want to have a client that we actually like, right? So, all right, it's skipping on me. Okay, so we took this. Many of us know Summer in the Draw Shop, right? I know she's pretty big in this community. So Summer's a client of ours. We're actually going to be launching hers in about a week or so. So I went to Summer and I'm like, okay, is it delayed or I'm pointing in the wrong spot?
Press it solid and bold.
Okay. Oh, we lost the punchline. All right, so I went to Summer and I said, all right, Summer, who can we actually get results for? Who can afford to work with us? And who are we going to enjoy working with long term? And Summer, because she has a really badass team and she does great stuff, she says,
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
Google, Netflix, IBM, those types of business. I'm like, all right, Summer, that's cool, but I cannot actually help you get in front of those people. We run ads on Facebook, YouTube, things like that. And I don't think the CEOs of Google, Netflix, IBM are going to be looking at our ad where we're, making little animated videos. So what we actually chose, we said, hey, all right, how about home improvement businesses? And here's why. Okay, who can we actually get results for? Home improvement businesses. All they have to do is pop a Draw Shop video on their website and they can double conversions, right? Literally double the amount of sales that they're getting from their existing generated traffic. Next thing here, who can actually afford our stuff? So they'll have these types of businesses, they make sales of $10,000 to $100,000, right? Can easily afford to pay us 5 or 10 grand to go make these videos. And the last thing, who will we enjoy working with long term, okay? And Summer said they're great because they let us do our thing. They don't really care, they don't complain, and they stay out of our hair after the project is done, okay? So a lot of you might be saying, cool, good for you. This is a B2B offer. Well, I want to show you guys an example in a non-B2B offer for those of you who are in something a little bit less tangible here. This is one of my favorite ones here. So in the spiritual relationship coaching niche, if you guys know anything about this niche, there's 2 things, right? Nobody wants to pay for relationship coaching because there's not a real tangible ROI to it. So selling high ticket, $3, $5, $10, $15,000 in the relationship niche is very tough. And then the second thing, if you're running ads to spiritual people online, usually they are pretty much all dead broke. So it's not a joke, no, really, I'm totally serious. So the client comes to us and she says, hey, so here's her version. Hey, are you a woman who wants to find your Mr. Right? Okay, cool, this is a pretty typical sales message. This goes out to the 100% of people, right? And we switched it up and we said, how do we apply these things to our copy? I want to go ahead. Oh, there's the after. Okay, so what we turned it into, and thinking about those 3 questions, I put the little numbers there for you guys. So are you a woman who's so successful in your career, right? Number 2, can afford to work with us, so successful in your career, that it's causing you to fail at love. 1, needs our product, we can get results for them. And you need to do some deep inner spiritual work in order to find your Mr. Right. Number 3, who are we going to enjoy working with long term, right? This was her prerequisite. So now we took these 3 elements and we just put them in a call out, and the results of it were actually amazing. You guys might be thinking like, okay, does this make much of a difference? The answer is yes. So let me show you. Oh, it's just skipping one on me always. There's one in the middle there. Okay.
Maybe advance it for
Yeah, I could do it over here. Oh, there it is. Okay, I didn't even know what I was supposed to be pointing at. Okay, so here's the before and the after. Now, I know Joel's going to critique me on this because you can't read any of it. I know that, but I want to read it for you here. So here's one of our application questions. How willing and able are you to invest in a strategy to help you create your sacred union relationship? Here's the before. Look at all of the befores we did this. I have no financial resources available to invest in my relationship right now. As soon as we changed it, this is literally the next week, I had the financial resources and willingness to invest right now. That's all we did, the only changes that we made. So the type of person that came through is dramatically different just by changing the language that basically brought them through the door. Okay. Now it's going to go through a handful more examples here. For the sake of time, I think I will skip them for now, but I'm happy to tell you guys about them. Okay, I want to give you another example here. So here's one of my pieces of ad copy. This has literally been running for almost 2 years. If you know anything about Facebook ads, right, usually they fatigue after a couple weeks, maybe a month or two at most. Now this has been running for almost 2 years and it's still running, and it's with a grammatical error. So if you look what we did here, it says, I love my clients, they're true high-ticket buyers, they have more money than time, and while they could probably write a decent webinar to sell their high-ticket services and coaching programs themselves, they'd rather pay our high fees to get it done fast and right. Okay, so this piece has been working really well. We've literally gotten $1 million, $10 million, $50 million companies per year coming through a Facebook ad to come work with us because of this ad copy. So I want to show you how quick. A few different pieces that are sort of a few elements that are going to play here. Values, okay, so this is number one. Time over money. I know that my best client values time over money, and they have enough money to pay for our services, and they would rather use that to buy their time back, have us do it fast and right? They like our no BS approach, and they like the fact that our stuff is 100% done for you. Okay, so talking to your client's values, your LFE client, right? Next one here. Did it skip one on me? The identity, right? I said true high-ticket buyers. So you guys can do this too, whatever industry you're serving, right? A health nut. Hey, are you somebody who would do anything if it means that you're going to make yourself just a little bit more healthy? That maybe it'll make you live just 6 months longer, right? Super dad. Are you the type of dad who would do anything possible, pay any amount if it means that your kid is going to have a better future, is going to be healthier, right? These are ways that you can use the identity to actually get the right person through. Last one here is intent. So on all of our ads, on all of our landing pages or our sales pages, it literally says, do you want to hire us to do this? This is really big, and I think most people miss out on this because look at the difference in messages here. So one, do you want to hire us versus watch my free web class? Who is going to click on an ad that says, do you want to watch a free web class? It's somebody who wants something free. Where if you actually put out an ad that says, hey, are you looking to hire an agency right now and you're willing to pay a lot in order to get this result, who's going to click on that ad? It's somebody who is willing to pay for that result, right? So when you're pitching the 5% instead of the 100%, this is where it gets really magical, because let's say you have 50 million people in your total addressable market. Well, that 5%, you really don't need to address anybody else in the 95 because there's so many freaking people there. You put an ad out, you call out the 5%. Now you're getting all people through who want to hire you instead of all people through who want to watch your free thing and get the free thing. So it's like, would you rather have 1,000 people who are saying, I want your free thing, or would you rather have 500 people who are saying, I want to work with you, right? The value of the list is drastically different. And I know I'm over here, so I will speed right up. Okay.
You've earned it.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, so next big question here, and I am toward the end, by the way. So where do I actually put this copy? Now, the short answer is that you want to actually put it everywhere that you possibly can. But the long answer is you want to put it top of funnel if possible. So what does top of funnel mean? That means the first place that people ever see or hear from you, right? So if you try to qualify people and use this language further down the funnel, let's say you have your traffic and you have content and then you have an application later, well, the people have already come through the door at that point. So you're trying to qualify them. You're trying to take all these bad people and sift and sort out the good ones, as opposed to just getting the good ones from the front, and then everybody's good and you don't have to do the sifting and sorting. So try to put this copy top of funnel as far front as possible. So we do it in our ads, on our landing pages, everywhere. But even think about your testimonials, right? If you have a make money offer, right, and you're let's say you get people from $100,000 to $1 million a year. Well, if you have testimonials on your site that are saying, hey, look, I made my first $5,000 online, well, that's going to be incongruent with the person that you want to bring through, right? So we want to put it everywhere, but especially top of funnel. I skipped one.
So weird.
Yeah, it might be me. All right, so again, don't have glasses, but here's how to apply this. I want you guys to actually go and use this, right? Because it's all cool in theory. You have the few questions. Here's what I would go do right now, like before you guys leave here, in order to actually go make a difference in your business. So go to the place where you get most of your traffic. Maybe this is an ad. Maybe this is your content. Maybe this is your YouTube channel. But go ask yourself these few questions, right? And basically, is there a better elf your avatar that I can call out using those 3 questions? Again, who can afford to work with us? Who can we get results for? And who will we enjoy working with long term? Go ask yourself those questions and look at your copy and say, is it congruent with this person that I want, right? Next thing, can I speak to the values of my 5% client? And can I be more direct and add intent into my messaging, right? Am I trying to pull people in with freebies as opposed to saying, hey, here's the offer. Do you want to pay a lot in order to get this result? So that's what I would do. Go look at your copy. You don't have to do this on every page. Literally, if you put this in your top of funnel ad, I promise you will see a huge difference, just like you saw in that before and after before. So I think that's it. Cool. Thanks, guys.
First of all, it's not him on the remote.
Cool, I'll stop here.
Jenny and I had this time, going overtime is not here. It's not something we do here. We had that at 9:47. We were 12 minutes because of the remote. And if you saw me doing that, I don't think you've ever seen me go back on a slide. So something is wrong with the system. So take that off the plate. It had nothing to do with you. I'm sure Rakeem and Eunice will get that fixed before it's too late. So forget about that part. For the first presentation, what do you think of that? I mean, you killed it. Great. So what made it so good? Well, first of all, you get a can. That success does come in cans, not cannots, and you got it. He opened with the story and used Chris Voss, tied it into the audience. If you're going to use a story, make it relevant to the audience and the event that we had in February. Then he opened right away, why is this so important? Focusing on that 5%. You did that. They can afford it, and they're thinking about it. Wasn't that an impactful statement? If you think about your market, that's it. How do I find people that are already thinking about it and can afford it? And you showed us how to do that. Then what about that spiritual dating thing? When he said, and they don't have money, and you clapped. Because you knew that was exactly right. Anytime you tell the audience something we already know, your credibility goes way up. And then the solution was that you're already successful in a business, getting that price objection out of the way. That was terrific. As far as delivery goes, I think one of the best things that you did was nothing. You just were you.
Oh, okay, thanks.
That's it. This is not a performance.
Yeah.
This is being you. And that's exactly what you were. And when things were not working well, you didn't get nervous because you knew it wasn't about you. It was about them getting this message. And then the call to action, so clear. 3 questions to ask yourself. There's only one thing left to do. Give him another hand.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.